then they don't end up doing it. And I want to tell you, every morning, my first meditation, my first concentrated, single focused thoughts are just quiet while I'm awake in my bed. I might not even actually even sit up. I'm just taking a few minutes to be with me and my God, okay? That's, you know, and I sit and I listen. See, that's the difference. I don't sit, I wake up and I say thank you. So I practice a gratitude, and then I try to listen. And I try to listen. My master teacher, Dharma, explained it as a static, and that's how I hear it. And that might be the power of suggestion, but that's how I hear it. It's amongst the, and I'm hoping you can hear me amongst the music in here, but it's amongst, in the silence of the morning, between like 4 and 7 a.m., it's a very auspicious time. You're gonna notice that if you wake up at that time, you're just so quiet, the world is quiet, it's much easier to just listen. And when you just listen, not for anything, but just open yourself to listening, you do. You hear like a staticky underlying sound of what like space sounds like. And the funny thing is that when we've put things up into space, they get that same static sound. There's a sound of the universe, and that's what you're trying to tune into. So, you know, when you wake up 4 to 7 a.m., don't get frustrated. Or if you wake up in the middle of the night, if you have insomnia, I suggest to my clients sometimes, don't get so into the fight or flight response about being up again. I know you start thinking about how you're gonna be tired the next day or what's gonna happen to you. Try not to, because the parasympathetic system, you want that to be in charge. You wanna keep the nervous system on the quiet end, because then you're in rest and restore. So even if you're awake in the awakened conscious state, realize you could be awake in the awake conscious state and still have the nervous system sort of working at a level of rest and restore if you're calm about it. That's what meditation puts you in. So that's why I started this conversation. So just listening and being quiet, and do that at whatever time in the middle of the night. Now I got up and I did that, and so I've done about 20 minutes of that. And then I habitually, because I'm conditioned like you, I looked at my phone and wrote my family over in the East Coast good mornings and things like that, and then I proceeded to look over at my social media. Don't do that. I'm trying to get out of that. So I stopped and I just decided to come on down. So I'm just gonna go through a little bit of an asana, and I'm not gonna explain too much for you. I'm just gonna show you, and you can just follow me, and you can listen to the Sirius XM with me, and that's it, okay? And it's that simple. It's that simple. And you can say, well, that's not going to do anything to me. It's going to start quieting your mind, and I'm going to tell you right now that most of the reason why you have illness with a capital I is because of the I. I can't, I can, I need to. And the way we have wellness with the W-E in the beginning, we, is to hook up into yourself and into the rest of the world and into the underlying stuff between the I'm doing things. Because your hormones and your physiology, if it works better, then it's not as important to have to reverse it with all these other big strenuous things. It just is, bodies that work better don't accumulate the same fat, they don't have to hold the toxins, they're digesting well. They're not, the taste buds are not totally stimulated all the time that they need to eat like 5 pieces of cake just because they have a couple bites. So the way you get to the end result is this easy, but it has to be consistent, and you have to believe it, and you have to do it. You have to be mindfully there. You can't just do these things and be thinking about your meeting in 2 hours. It doesn't work that way. So let's take a practice together. Okay, I'm gonna take off my glasses. I can't see. I'm just gonna do like a 10-minute practice. I'm gonna be doing a longer one, but I'm not gonna make this video very long.